All right, shalom, shalom. Uh, Today we're gonna be going into Baal and the Dragon. It's a book that's in the Apocrypha. Just want to actually touch bases on a few things, but first and foremost, we want to give our praises and our honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson today. This is Baal and the Dragon, verse 1. It says, "And King Asage was gathered to his father, and Cyrus of Persia received his kingdom, and Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. Now the Babylons had an idol called Baal, and there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour and 40 sheep and 6 vessels of wine. And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. And Daniel worshipped his own power. And the king said unto him, Why dost not thou worship Baal?" That's right, man. I just want to pause right here, man. As you see, for those who know who Daniel is, Daniel, he wasn't a follower of what the people of Babylon was following, man. Daniel worshiped his own power, and we're gonna get into what benefit Daniel of worshiping his own power, the true righteous power, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, "Who answered and said, Because I may not worship idols made with hands." And why does Daniel not worship idols made with hands? Because what? In the scriptures, it say, we're going to jump down over to Leviticus. I'm going to go to 19. It says, actually, this is not fuck you. Bear with me. It's a I'll start at verse 26. It says, "Ye shall therefore keep my statutes, my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you." And it pretty much sojourning me like, journey among us. It says, "For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled." It says that the land spewed not you out. Also, when ye defile it, it spewed out the nations that were before you. It says, "For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominations, customs which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your power." Going back to Salakia. It says, verse 19, it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and saying to them, Ye shall be holy, for I am the Lord your power, I am holy." And holy meaning to be separate, And as Daniel was in that time, he was being what? Holy. He continued to follow in the customs and the ways that Yahweh Bashem Yahshua that was given into Moses to give into us. It says, "Ye shall fear every man his mother, his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your power. Turn ye not into idols," the point I was getting to, "nor make yourself molten gods. I am the Lord your power." Jumping back into that, Salakia. We're going to go back into the Baal of the Dragon. It says, Salakia. It says, "And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua." It says, "The king said unto him, Why dost thou not worship Baal?" Who answered and said, Because I may not worship idols." Because what? It was given unto us from the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Salakia, into Moses, what? The law, statutes, and commandments in the way that we should abide in this place under this captivity and under this curses, man. Amen. And this goes to show that what? Daniel is a true believer, and a faithful servant of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we're going to see what that leads Daniel, as we continue to read. It says, because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living power who have created the heavens and the earth and have sovereignty over all flesh. And I actually want to get that word sovereignty. I'm pretty sure it just means ruling. Salakia. Jurisdiction, dominion, okay, exactly, like rulership, ownership. It says, sovereignty over all flesh. It says, then said the king unto him, think thou not that Baal is a living power? So pretty much, king of Babylon, like, you don't think that my God is or the idol is a living power? It says, seest that now much, Salakia, seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Because as I mentioned before, they put out, wine and fine flour and 40 sheep, and it's being consumed every day, It says, then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, because Daniel understands the true wisdom of how things go. Our people are really dismayed by the signs of the heavens, man. Our people are really too caught up into the lies and the philosophies of Esau, Edom, and the customs of this world. As I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go pull some precepts, Lord willing. It says, then he smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within, and a brass without, and did never eat or drink anything. So he's saying, man, it didn't like he's saying, your idol didn't drink of any of these things. It says, so the king was wroth. So the king got mad when he said that. He's like, what? You saying my God is a false God? Pretty much. He said, and called for his priest and said unto him, if ye tell me not who this is that devoureth these expenses, ye shall die. It says, but if ye can certify me that Baal devoureth them, then Daniel shall die, for he have spoken blasphemy against Baal. And Daniel said unto the king, let it be according to thy word. It says, now the priests of Baal were 70, beside their wives and children. And the king went Daniel with Daniel into the temple of Baal. So Baal priest said, lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready thy wine and shut the door fast and seal it with thy own signet. It says, and tomorrow when thou comest in, if thou findest not Baal have eating up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that speak falsely against us. And then and they that little regarded, for under the table they have made privy entrance, whereby they have entered into continually and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those that strewed throughout all the temple, and the priests of the king alone. Then went they out of the shut door. Then they went out and shut the door. Salaki, my reading be terrible sometimes. It says, and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. It's kind. So, pretty much it's getting to like, hey, Daniel was proving to, the king of Babylon that, hey, that it's not your so-called, God believe it, me eating of these things, that it's actual men, And then that's why he told him don't be deceived, because then you actually understand that it's of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai in all these things, man. And we know that to do all of these things, and him being a man of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, understanding the ways and the customs, like it says in Timothy, Salakia. We're gonna make sure we stay where we at verse 14. But I'm gonna jump over here to Timothy right quick. So 2 Timothy 7. And it says, Salakia, not 7, 2 Timothy 3. Salakia, no. Bear with me. Con. It was 2 Timothy 2:7. That's what it was. It says, "Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things." That's right, man. The Lord, they understand that, hey, man, the gods that the Babylonians was praising, it was a false god, and there's no possible way that they could be consuming these goods, man. It says, "And they little regard it, for under the table they have made privy entrance, whereby they entered continually and consumed those things. So when they were going forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those that strewed throughout all the temple in his presence of the king alone." It says, Then went they out and shut the doors and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. It says, "Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all." It says, "In the morning, bedtime, the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are these seals whole? And he said, Yeah, O king, they be whole." It says, "And as soon as he opened the door, the king looked up in the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Baal, with these is no deceit at all." Because it's like he opened the door and he seen that the things was consumed, it was eaten. And then Daniel laughed. He like, "Man, you really just don't get it. You deceived, man. Call halal bashim y'all shot, man, for the spirit placed on Daniel." It says, Then laughed Daniel and held the king that then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in. He said, "Behold, now the pavement and marked well footsteps." And marked well, whose footsteps are these? Khan. So that's why he put the ashes down, because he used the wisdom. He understood how to investigate, true investigation, pretty much to find out, Can't really think of the word right now. So Daniel okay, the food gone, but who footsteps are these? If you're saying, yo God, you praising a God, I'm pretty sure no God is going to walk upon, with man footsteps. It says, "Who footsteps are these?" And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And the king, it says, then the king was angry. It says, and took the priests with their wives and children, who showed him the privy doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. So therefore the king slew them, and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him at his temple. In that same place there was a great dragon, which they of Babylon worship. Khan. We know dragons don't have no feet, of men and children. Come on now. It says, then the king said unto Daniel, Wilt thou also say that this is brass? It says, Lo, he liveth, he eateth, he drinketh. Thou cannot say that he is no living power. Therefore worship him. Then Daniel said unto the king, I will worship the Lord, my power, for he is the living power. Khan. It says, but he, Salakia. It says, but give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Then Daniel took a pitch and a fat and hair, and did sifted them together, and made lumps thereof. This he put in the dragon mouth, and so the dragon burst asunder. And Daniel said, Lo, these are the gods ye worship? Like, come on now. This is crazy. It says, when they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation and conspired against the king, saying, the king is become a Jew, and he have destroyed Baal, and he have slain the dragon, and he put the priest to death. So now the people who were deceived by these vain philosophies and this blasphemy, they really believe in that, that in this dragon, in this false idol. And that's what's really going on in today's time as well, man. Our people are really deceived by, their own vain opinion, man, or roughly paraphrasing, that evil suspicion overthrowing their judgment. This is proof. They believe in JC and they believe in all these, this Muslim, all these other false gods that's not doing anything for them. We're going to continue to read. It says, so they came to the king and said, deliver us Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thy house. So now the people has come against the king, their leader. It says, now when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel to them. It says, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. So even after the proof, and this is all about having a true faith and having the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It don't matter, man, where we at, what we go through. The true belief, we have the true understanding. It's the most powerful thing on this earth, man. The most powerful thing in the universe, man. That we have Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And true understanding, man. It says, Shalakia. It says, he was 6 days, and in the den there were 7 lions. They had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them to the intent that they might devour Daniel. Now there was a jury, a prophet called Habakuk, Slakia, kind of pronounce it. It says, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field for it to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakuk, go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon, to Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is, man. I don't know, man. It tells you, I ain't gonna lie, man. It goes to show, man, the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Man, the Lord will put the spirit on another brother to, hey, man, unknowingly, man, it's like you walk into darkness, man. And overall, it's just walking, as the scriptures say, man, look, faith is the substance of a thing that's not seen. And that's overall, this is true faith. It says, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. It says, then the angel of the Lord said, took him by the crown and buried him by the hand of his head, and through the vehement of the spirit set him in Babylon over there. And overall, he really teleported him there. And our people, my people will hear that, they be like, what? They don't believe that, but he teleported this man Habakkuk there. It says, and Habakkuk cried and said, oh, Daniel, take the dinner which Yahweh will have sent thee. And Daniel said, thou hast remembered me, O power. Man, because look, Daniel still kept the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Daniel kept the ways of the Most High, man, and he ain't never forsook the Lord. It says, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. And we're going to, through the Spirit, I'm going to grab this precept right quick. It say, Sirach 2, it says, I started one. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Said thou, and then even with that being said, did the king not tempt Daniel to be just like everyone else and follow after the false god? And what Daniel do? He continued to stand ground and gird his loins up and continue to keep the truth and the faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's to set that heart aright. And that's what he did. He set his heart aright. He set his mind aright and constantly endured and make no haste in the time of trouble. Daniel didn't just, everybody else is doing it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it too. Or even when he was threatened, I'm gonna kill you if you're wrong. He wasn't, I could die if I can't prove this right. No, Daniel made no haste in the time of trouble. He cleaved unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua and departed not away. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Even when he was tossed in the lion's den, he didn't get nothing to eat. with starving lions right in front of him, man, right beside him. This is whatsoever brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed in the lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee order thy way aright, and trust in him. And this is overall, Daniel, hey man, I'm gonna jump down. It says, looking at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear was forsaken? Yeah, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him, man? And this is a prime example, man, from Bel and the Dragon. Daniel is a prime example of what the Lord was saying to us through that scripture. It says, Slakia. I think I done lost my part. Con. You could just bear with me. Con, go down. Oh yeah, it says, and Daniel said, thou hast remembered me, O power, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. Con, man, the Lord ain't forsaken anyone who seek him, man, and truly love him. It says, so Daniel arose and did eat, and the angels of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again. Immediately, that goes to show what? He teleported, man. That spiritual power was placed upon Habakkuk. The Lord put a spirit, man. See, man. It says, upon the seventh day, the king went and bewailed Daniel, even after being in the lion's den for 7 days. You know, a complete amount of days, really, though. It says, the seventh day, the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den and looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Then the king cried, man, you know how much, give me goosebumps right now. It says, then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, great art the Lord, power of Daniel. Yahweh, Slakia, power of Daniel. It says, and there is none other beside thee. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den. And they were devoured in a moment before his face, man. Daniel was in there for 7 days. He was in there for a complete amount of days. Actually, the lions ain't touched Daniel, not one. Because Daniel, he had the faith of it in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. The true belief in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. He followed the ways and the customs of the true power, man. Our true power, man. No matter whatever came upon him, man, no matter what happens, man. And this is how we live, man. We need to live in the ways of Daniel, man, and have the faith, man. Getting into the times that to come, man, the times that we in now. Because, hey, man, we going to get into some times where we going to be in some lion dens, man. You know, metaphorically speaking, but we going to be in situations where it's just, man, it's almost going to look impossible to survive. But through the spirit and the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we going to endure it, man. We going to endure it. And, hey, man, we are, hey. I'm going to go back and bring that Sirach out again, man. It say, Sirach 10, it says, Sirach 2 and 10, it says, look at the generations of old and see. And we just looked at the generations of old. Daniel, hey, from the generations of old, it says, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him, man? This is only one account. There's many accounts throughout the scroll that shows the true power of believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and fulfilling the will of the Most High, man. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy. Man, you can't tell me the Lord is not full of mercy for those who truly love him and truly seek him, man, and followers of his way. Daniel was in the lion den with starving lions, man. The Lord easily could have put the spirit on them beasts to devour him. Long suffering, and he was hungry, and Daniel was hungry. It says, and very pitiful and forgiveth sin and saveth in the time of affliction, man. Was not Daniel saved in the time of affliction, man? He was afflicted, man. And hey, the Lord brought that mercy upon him, man. overall, you jump into verse 9, this is all coming from what? Salaki, I'm going to go back to 7. Well, starting from verse 6, Salaki. It says in Sirach 2 and 6, it says, believe in him and he will help thee, order thy way aright. Trust in him, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Then you did not at one bit say, oh, I'm a worship Baal. He ain't say, oh, well, I don't want to be in this lion den no more, just worship Baal. Even after being in those many days he was been in there. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. And Daniel's reward did not fail because he believed in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, as well as feared Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because overall, the reason he did not is because he understood the judgment that could happen if he did worship a idol and the Lord told him not to do. He understood the judgment of doing something that the Lord said not to do. It says, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Come on. Because it say, jumping down to verse 12, it says, woe be to the fearful hearts and the faint hands and the sinner that go two ways. It says, and to him, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believed not. Therefore shall he not be defended. You see what happened to those who believe not? The people who got Daniel cast into the lion den, they was devoured by the same beast that they tried to get Daniel to, you know. Their destruction came upon their own hands, and woe means destruction. It says, woe unto them that have lost patience. What will ye do when the Lord shall visit you, man? That's right, man. You see what? Daniel, he didn't lose patience. So no destruction came upon him, man. And then, it could have been 20 days. It could have been 40 days, man. The Lord, he was still with Daniel, man. Daniel still, believed in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man, and this is how we need to take. You know, it says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways, man. It goes to show the power of fearing the Lord and not disobeying the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. It says, they that fear him will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. That's right. And the law, statute, and commandments is what? We shall not make any molten images or praise any idols, man. False gods, man. And many more of the commandments, you know. You know, it says they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. That's right, man. Saying, will we fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of man? For as he majesty is Slakia, is so is his mercy. Come. That's right, man. You know, but through the Spirit, Lord willing, the elect was edified, man. That about does it. I want to give all praise and all honor into Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Forgive me the Spirit to do this lesson, man. Hey, man, we got to, the fear of the Lord is power, man. And keeping his ways, hey, man, it's what's going to save us from the day that's to come, man, because it's coming. You know? Shalom.